Iowa school leaders are navigating what to do about masks for the rest of the school year. This is a map from the Iowa COVID-19 Tracker website. In red, districts with no more mask mandate. In green, mask mandates still active, and in gray, no data for that district yet. We're hearing from superintendents about the tricky decision to roll back mask policies. So joining us now is Scott Williamson with the Eddyville-Blakesburg-Fremont School District. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Your district policy on masks says students and staff are no longer required to wear them. So how did you come to this decision?
A couple factors that were involved. One is that question of if not now, when, because our positivity rate was very low. I met with public health every Thursday, and we were down to 2 new cases per week for a couple weeks. And it's been on the back burner for a long time. And then it came down to quarantine rules. And essentially, we picked a date and went with that date. We knew it wouldn't affect graduation. And that was a big concern in the process, to make sure seniors weren't going to miss a graduation from a quarantine process because they were in a school building. And community actions and so forth. And what I was seeing was our community was definitely ready to go to that step. And I think it's very much a community to community thing. It's not, hey, this is what everybody should be doing process.
Now, the CDC recommends students continue to wear face coverings through the end of the school year. So why deviate from that guidance?
Again, I come back to the fact that we have had 2 positive cases in Mahaska County last week, a county of 9,000 people. We're not seeing activity. We haven't had activity in our building for probably over a month and a half.
And social distancing, is that still something you're trying to practice in your
school? We still
school?
recommend social distancing and things of that nature, such as in my communication I sent to parents. One thing I said, we're try to social distance as much as possible, but we recognize that my primary place for that is when we're in lines, that we're not, if you remember the old lunch lines, right on top of each other. Let's still try to social distance when we're in lines. We're not right on top of each other, but we're trying to just mitigate our way through this process, and so far so good.
How hard is it to navigate the changing guidance from the state and the CDC, especially when those 2 agencies really aren't in sync?
I would say that makes it a chess match, that you're sitting there and you're playing. But I also think my mindset has changed a little bit too as we go through this. And if we go clear back to August, what my mindset was, my mindset in October, and my mindset now, we go through processes. And I've just come to accept in my own mind that this probably could be a cyclical thing. If something were to come in, this might be the way we live for the rest of our lives. I hope not, but it might be.
We've certainly learned how to be fluid over the last year.
Superintendent, that's the key word, fluid.
Fluid. Yeah, and patience. Superintendent Williamson, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for your time today.